You remember one of the latest developments in the Idaho murder is that the police were asking the public to look out for a white Hyundai Elantra. Well, we just learned that they've received gas station footage of a white car seen speeding away near the slain student's home around 3:45 the night of the murders. Is that a Hyundai Elantra? I don't know. Do they have better video? Can they figure it out? Hopefully we'll know soon. Also, victim Kaylee Gonsalves' father is giving graphic details about her stabbing that seems to separate her from what happened to the other victims. Joining us now is forensic scientist Larry Kobilinsky. First of all, that video looks pretty lousy to me. What capabilities do authorities have to figure out if that's the car they're looking for?
That's a tough one, Chris. They know the make and model. They know that it may be important to this crime. Whether it was in fact part of this crime is not clear. But just for information's sake, it's important that the tips come in and let the police know if anybody has seen a vehicle like that in Moscow, because that could lead to other information. It's not a great photograph, but there may be other video which could capture a license plate or some better identifying information elsewhere.
The idea that the victims had their hands bagged to preserve them, is that unusual, and how helpful can it be?
Well, in crimes such as these, it's important to collect evidence from all over the body. And evidence is often found in the hands and under the nails. And it's important to preserve that evidence. So the hands are routinely bagged. A paper bag is placed over the hand, and it is tied off at the wrists. The body is then brought to the morgue, and the bags are removed under better conditions so that the evidence can be collected. The fingernails often have DNA underneath the ends of the fingernails. So usually the fingernails are swabbed on the upper surface, and then clippings are made, and DNA can be extracted from those clippings. As it turns out, when you do this, when you take clippings from a person, most of the time their own DNA is under their own nails. That's no surprise. However, we know here that there were defensive wounds on a couple of the victims,
right,
which means that they fought back. And there may very well have been an attempt to scratch the assailant. And again, there may be DNA underneath the nails. You would know that when you do the clippings, extract the DNA, do the analysis, generate profiles from that information.
But the DNA is only relevant if you have a person that it matches, and that you only have a match if they're in the system until you wind up finding a suspect. So it gives them a big step in the right direction, but it doesn't take them home. You know, it's so troubling, obviously, for a parent to have to get this deep into an investigation, but obviously the pursuit of justice is the way of dignifying the legacy of his daughter. And Kaylee Gonsalves' father says the coroner told him his daughter's injuries were very different than the other victims, even the victim who was in the bed with her. That can mean a couple of things. One, it can mean that the murderer was out for her specifically, or that circumstantially she may have presented a larger threat or fought back more, or was the second one to be attacked in that room. What am I missing?
No, exactly correct. She may have fought back. The rage was there, the passion, the stabbing, and he out of control, stabbing every place. So she got the brunt of it. But it doesn't necessarily say she was targeted, that's for sure.
Because you'd have to know more. You'd have to know more about what happened in that room. How good a handle do you think investigators have at this point in terms of understanding what happened in that room and what kind of person they're looking for?
Well, in fact, we don't have a suspect, we don't have a murder weapon, and we don't have a motive. However, we have good people working hard, doing all kinds of scientific analysis as well as good police investigation. And it's been a month, it's true. It's been exactly a month since the murders occurred. But, you know, the timeline, we can still solve this case.
Hey, thank you for watching. Please go to newsnationnow.com, newsnationnow.com,
And you can find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button down below. Then you will get more of NewsNation's fact-driven coverage.